The new drug crocodile that is ravaging the flesh and the bones of Europeans, Russians especially, and coming to America is so dangerous that I want to explore the drug culture. For the longest while, I'm hearing that individuals who might have had some science background are might be behind many of these concoctions. I recall people telling me that some types of drugs, I don't know the name, they were made with bleach and baby laxatives. And I know individuals could experiment, but even in the experimentation, look, there's God out there, and I don't think God is behind this thing here because it's not pretty. I think it's the devil behind it, and he is the pseudo-scientist. He has been around very long, and he's been, experimenting with things and figuring out things. And today, coming to the end of time when momentous decisions have to be made, and the world is at a crossroads to mass confusion and the mass mayhem and the chaos that will exist in final analysis in these times. Now, the Bible did say that in the last days, men's heart will be failing for fear, worrying about what is going to happen in the future and so on with the pension and the house and a variety of other things. And so individuals are probably being overwhelmed by the problems and looking for some way to cope. I'm assuming that they want to cope, etc. But the devil is not out there to make you happy and healthy. And he knows also that the momentous decisions that are to be made, if one isn't clear in the mind, it's very easy to make the wrong decision. We see many of these individuals that are getting into government, they get into significant positions, dangerous positions, and it's just a matter of time. But the bottom line is that we have to choose in these days whether we want to serve God or the devil. And the devil is trying to, I understand, win as many people as he can to have them be destroyed. Because he thinks in hurting us, he's hurting God, or he's rebelling against God, so he's hurting us. And so he's coming up with these different things. And I understand crack from the first try, one is addicted and already starts to lower the capacity of the mind. And I'm not sure why folks. It doesn't matter what happened. You just can't do that to yourself. The first when people are evil, they think it's going to bring them fun and happiness and so forth, and try these things. Once I met a beautiful woman in Jacksonville, Florida. I said, hello, hello, hello. She said, tell me, what do you do for fun? And do you get high? I said, no, I don't get high. And I like to study, I like the computers, I like to go to school and so on. She said, I'll be back, wait there for me. I never saw her again. I could have said, oh yeah, I get high. I do this and do that, and just use some general terms. But she's really interested in knowing whether I do these things, and if you fool her, you never know what she might do. She might, sleep in and inject you with something, and you end up with some problems. She wants somebody to die with her, or as she would put it, to get high and to feel good. And so, when the mind is not able to weigh the significant issues that are important in these days, then one is going to go for the short run. You make a decision, tell me what to do, and it's okay. Of course, the devil wants to bring on chaos. He wants to bring on anarchy, to bring on a time of trouble such as never was. And so I have never had these problems. Not that I'm stronger than anybody else, and not that I don't have more problems than many others. But as a child, my mom offered me up to the Lord, and I've been saved all my life from very, very significant and dangerous situations. Not that I'm trying things, but things that could have killed me and so on. Friends tried to kill me and all that stuff. And so when I have problems, I don't even take it on. I give it to Jesus, and I'm done with that. So I don't have to be laboring under some problems and trying to find relief in these variety of recreational activities, recreational type of activities, which are just destroying the body. And so I sympathize with folks who are caught like this, but there's nothing I could do. At this point in time, sometimes when you tell them the solution, it's so way out. Some people tell me, man, I've been clean for 2 years. Well, it doesn't matter. You're lost anyway. Except one accepts Jesus, and he helps one to overcome these various addictions, because the addictions has changed from one thing from one to the next. They might stop using marijuana and then start using crack, or they might stop using drugs altogether, and they end up with that diminished intelligence to go and trying to, be a con man, or to rob the bank or something else. It's just from bad to worse, and from worse to good, the less worse. They'll be changing around like that. But with Jesus, and as I said, sometimes it's hard for these folks to accept Jesus. They'll destroy their minds. They don't understand what you're talking about, and they'll be so tied up with Satan that it's hard for them to leave that. No, only God can make the final decision who's going to be able to save or lost and whatever. But as a human, I mean, you try to communicate these folks, and it's tough. But many of them, I'm sure, would be reached by God because He knows how to reach folks. Even the demonic, crazy guy in the cemetery in the Bible, he was able to be reached. And so it's only God could help these folks. And so when societies put God out, no God in school, no God in church, no God anywhere, I mean, I wonder how folks will be able to overcome and to resist anything at all. And this is very dangerous, and I hope that we can have a reformation and a revival in America and in the world, in which people will get to see clearly that God is the only way out, and that will accept Him so that they save themselves from the grief and the pain that these folks are going through here. It's dangerous, but I from these things because God, I'm not better than nobody, but God doesn't look at me; He looks at Jesus, and I'm saved from a lot of these problems, and I'm sure that if I keep taking my life to Him with all my weaknesses and my ugly character, and He's going to help me someday to have that beautiful character that will be crowned with the robe of righteousness when He returns. So this is it. It's out there behind all these drugs. He wants to destroy your body. He wants to kill you, or at least make you crazy so you can't make the right decisions in the last days. So the answer is, don't get involved in, first of all, give your life to Jesus so that He could help you, see the dangers of these things and walk away from them.